Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be sharing the pros and cons to ring planners. So there's a lot of pros for ring planners. They're super functional. You can fit so much for reference into just one planner. So depending on the size of rings you have, you can fit anything you want. But what I like is that it's so customizable. You can't really do that with every notebook. Like, this is my Stalogy I attempted to use and I still haven't used it. Partially because I don't like the cover, to be honest with you. Secondly, because I just got really into my rings and I really need it because I'm really busy right now, but I know that I might need that during the summer. I don't know, it's still on hold, like I'm not sure yet. So another pro of ring planners is that you can pick any insert you want to fit your needs. So the thing is about inserts, I have a ton of different dailies. Like, I have so many files. Right now I'm using SM plans, and these are the weeklies I'm using. I also have some printed out in grayscale. So right now these are my favorite, but I've used so many other types. I've even used Stalogy paper cut up and just like have bullet journaled for a while, and then I've gone back and forth. So the thing is, you have the flexibility and luxury of changing up your inserts and creating your own, just kind of making whatever you want. So that's a huge pro for rings, especially if you change your mind a lot and if you just want something new. So another pro is you can add as much sections and tabs as you want, and you can take out your papers and make it like flat or thick, however you want. You can't necessarily do that, and I'm speaking as a person who's had a B6 before for about 2 years. It did get very chunky, but it was so frustrating to me to go back to reference things. So in my opinion, this is good for like a daily, but for long-term planning, I haven't found anything better than this. And I've tried so many planners before, so I don't know if that's gonna change. It could change. Like, I remember I did use my B6 for about 2 years, and I do remember I was constantly forgetting things. I was constantly not bringing grocery lists to the store. I wasn't staying on track. So I did notice that this planner has changed that a lot, particularly my to buy section that's in the front of my planner. This is very helpful, and it's kind of hard to do that here in your Stalogy. I guess you can rip it out, but you'd constantly have to use the same page or use up pages, you know, and yeah, so that's a pro of the rings. Now, just because there's pros doesn't mean there's no like cons. There's a lot of cons to having rings as your system planner, so I'm just going to discuss those pretty quick. So for me, the biggest con is storing. So I do have extra rings that I store my stuff in, but it's very time consuming. I would say that I don't have it really set up for storing. So I'm just kind of learning, and I feel like within a year or two it'll be cemented. So it's not like a huge con. It's, I would say, like a minor con, you know. This Stalogy, however you say it, this is perfect for storing because it's just a bound book. You can just store it. You don't even need a cover for it. But storing this, you do need another set of rings. So yeah, you can get them from Amazon. You can get clear rings. You can get Recollections ones. They're kind of cheap, and just store them and look at your inserts. So like I said, to me that's a con because I haven't figured out well how to store my system. So if I figured that part out, I feel like it wouldn't be a con anymore. So another con is purchasing inserts. So take it from someone who has purchased all types of inserts. It can become frustrating when you spend so much money on inserts, I would say, and the Stalogy was a huge money saver for me, because I basically designed all the pages or used freebies and stuff. And since you don't want to chunk it up so much, you tend to spend less on inserts and just go with inserts you really need. So for saving money, the B6 is awesome. Yeah, so that is a con. In my opinion, it still is a con, because even though I'm satisfied in my rings, I will see something new and just buy it because I want it. So for spending money, I wouldn't say this is like the best option. So if you want to save money, I don't think rings is the way to do it. If you're really into designing and making it pretty, I would say this is definitely a way to spend money. So that to me is a con, and I don't think that will ever go away because I'm a huge like money saver. I like to save money. So the next one is reprinting. Oh my gosh, this one gets to me every time. So I will have a lot of backup inserts. I have a tub here and it's so disorganized, but I have so many inserts printed, but no matter how much I print, I feel like I'm always having to print again. So you do have to print in bulk, and I feel like that is a con. No matter what, it's going to be a con, because I have actually run out of Peanuts Planner Co., the journaling one, and I quit. Like, I haven't even printed it. So what I use now to journal is just the Stalogy paper cut up. So it is a con that you always have to print. I mean, no matter what, I think I'll print like maybe 3 months maximum, and 3 months just fly by. It really does. So this is a huge pro to the B6 Stalogy, because you don't have to print. That is a huge pro. I will give it that. So that's like a con to me. It's constantly having to reprint. But if you have some Stalogy paper on hand, you can literally just use that and just freehand it till you feel like printing again. I don't know. I mean, to me, that's a con. So I already went over that it's not very budget friendly. And then another con is limited deco. So I'm like a huge deco person. The B6 was my home for that. For decor, the B6 is perfect for doing like spreads that have space and stickering. That's the purpose of it, is I feel like is to really get some deco in. Now with rings, you're very limited on deco, so that's why you see so many people like doing dashboards and stuff, and because we like to craft and we want deco no matter what. So it does make it stuffed when you do a lot of deco, and sometimes I want to decorate. So the way I do it, like how I utilize my time, is to get my creativity out, because I have a lot and it's kind of hard to just stuff your rings. So a way to, get that out is I actually craft with my kids, with my 2 daughters, and we do all types of crafts, and I just kind of have let it go like that. I've like crafted with them, and that gets all my creativity, and I don't really worry about this as much. So that's another thing to consider. At first, I was so into crafting and scrapbooking that I was like obsessed with this, and we used to craft all the time, and it just kind of faded, that feeling. So that's something to keep in mind, is that you're limited on deco space here. Like, you're not going to be able to decorate the way you want, and that's okay. But however, a solution, in my opinion, or my experience, is Stalogy paper as dailies. You can craft it the way you want. You're not limited with a daily, but depending on the size, you might need a bigger size rings. Like, I'm in personal, so it's kind of small, but if you're like in B6, then you have just as much flexibility as a Stalogy, for Stalogy. Okay, so my last con is it is a bit harder to memory keep versus memory keeping in the B6. So I've had experience in this. I cannot memory keep in here that good. I mean, without like having multiple papers, and I feel like it's because of the size. I feel like if I had a bigger size, I would figure it out, but you know, it makes it fun. In my opinion, it's better that way, that you like it's harder to memory keep, because honestly, if I could memory keep very well, I would actually probably be in here all the time. So I probably wouldn't even like take my nose out of the planner and go. So that's also why I left my Stalogy in the past, is because I was in here so much. I remember, I mean, I have stacks of Stalogy. I have like, it's so thick, because I was having so much fun with kids and stuff and crafting. However, that's not the case here. This is very straight, get to the point, journal if you need to. I do my morning intentions. Let me see. I do my morning intentions on SM Plans, like this pretty paper. I do my sermons here. Every time I listen to them, I take notes there. So it's like, it's got a place for everything. But this is ideal for memory keeping because it's a bound notebook and you can just look back on it later on in life. So you're probably wondering, well then why do you have both of these? Because I would wonder the same thing. This is my workhorse. It's got everything in it, including my family's health. And right now I need that. Like there's no way I can just not need that right now because of situations my family's going through. So I have that here. But I was thinking, since I'm going to be done homeschooling soon and it's going to be summer, you know, we're a little behind right now in homeschooling with our curriculum, but we're obviously going to catch up. It's going to be summer and then we're going to start another year. So I feel like during the summer I could do some dailies in here, some journaling notes, but I don't really want to switch into here. At all, just because I know how frustrating it can be to not have everything in one planner. So this is my home for now. Probably when you see this, it will be way after I posted this on Instagram. But for now, I am very into my rings, mostly because of changing up layouts and stuff. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just on the pros of rings, the cons of rings, and why I love this so much and why it's functional for me right now. But I'm sorry for all my Stalogy lovers out there, because I was one for a long time. I just am not feeling it lately. I don't even know why. But I feel like once you go into rings and you love rings, it's kind of hard to go back. So leave some comments down below and let me know if I'm not the only one. But don't get me wrong, I still love journaling in this. I have a few that I journal in, but I love to journal in my rings because when my kids are asleep, I just go to the back and I lay down some washi, some deco, and I just journal and journal on this particular paper. So that's why I've had to like pull the urge to not like rip this paper, because I will make so much, you know, personal. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna breathe and probably order some Tomoe River paper and see how I like those packs instead. I saw you could order like an 8x5, so I feel like I'm gonna do that and use that strictly for this paper. But journaling in Stalogy paper is so soothing to me because it reminds me of when I used to journal here. So keep that in mind. I hope I clarified things for ya. And these tabs are awesome. I like love my planner right now. Right now I took out a bunch of tabs, by the way. I had a whole bunch. I've made these myself. I love them. They're exactly the shade I want. If I ever want to change them, I would probably change to cream and I would just do the same font, maybe a little different. But I would do them all over again by myself. So I make them by myself on Canva. So this one's calendar to buy in the front, because I've noticed when my husband goes to go out to get groceries or anything, he calls me and I always forget what the heck I need. So I'll just pull it out right here, and that has been so functional. Daily meals, because I'm always meal planning. Girls, which are my kids, so they have a lot of stuff going on. Then I didn't make a health tab, which I should have done. So doctor's appointments is the one I made at the top. And then my honey-do list. This one is supposed to say my husband's health, but I haven't printed it out yet in the, what's that thing called? The little label maker I bought from Target. And then journal. So I only have these. I really, once again, that's another pro to rings, is like you can take out things you don't need according to what you need. Because I at first needed all of it, and then I realized I don't need any of this. So you can pull it out, throw it away, keep it, store it. I put it in a bin for later, and then I've ended up taking things out and putting it back in. So that is something that I couldn't really do. Oh, and also I have this. So I showed this in a haul video, but I got this in Michael's, and I have been brain dumping in here. So I've used like half of the notebook up already. So I was thinking, because I've been having to go to Michael's and buy these all the time. Yeah, it's not frequent. Next time I'll probably grab 4, because I do like this. But I think I'm just gonna buy maybe a personal white, maybe not. I was actually playing around with this idea, so let me voice it out real quick. So I think I'm gonna blow up this these florals. They're my favorite from Essence Plans, and you can make them like up to 125%, depending on like what size. Like you can blow them up bigger. And then I just kind of want to size them to this, cut them up, put scrapbook paper over it, and just kind of like not even staple or anything. Like literally I'm brain dumping. I'm going to throw this notebook away. There's nothing in here I'm going to keep. That's why I pull this out. I just run ideas, and then anything concrete I'll transfer here. So I feel like doing that, so I don't have to keep going to Michael's and like, because I don't like this paper. I like the design of this better. So I think I'm going to do that and just cover it up, but not staple it. I obviously don't know how to do that. That's amazing, like stitching. But I think I'm just going to make those and yeah, throw them away. I tuck it here and I just pull it out. So that's my chunky love here. I know you ring lovers out there are appreciating the view. Just kidding. But seriously, I love this thing. It is so soft, the Moterm. I really want a beige one or a cream one. So that's my next one I'm gonna buy, because I love this color. I will probably never get tired of this, but I want a few more. Anyways, yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video.